Alright, try number 2. I didn't realize I wasn't showing the waterlogged area the first time I filmed this, so let's do that again. So you can see here that field on the private park just next to the community garden where our composting site is located. You can see how the soil is so waterlogged. There is a big pond basically instead of a grass lawn, a sports field or whatever you want to call it. And this is probably due to many things, among other things, since it's a field where kids play, different kind of sports and games. It's probably compacted. But another thing also is that it's probably quite poor in organic matter. And so this is one thing that a composting operation can help with, a real life solution. When we compost, we have, not only we deal with waste in a sustainable manner, but also we produce that compost, that fluffy black dirt that people like to call good soil or something like that, even though compost is not soil and soil is not compost. We can use that compost, that rich, so-called rich soil, to enrich regular soil. And when the soil is rich in organic matter, it's much more able to absorb rainwaters. So instead of getting waterlogged like this, and then eventually, if it would have rained more, the water would have started to run down next door, basically down the slope and maybe flood people's basement and etc. If that soil would be richer in organic matter, for example with compost, sorry, I'm waiting for the train. If that soil would have been richer in organic matter through compost, for example, well, we would have no waterlogging like that. Okay. And so this is what a composting operation can do. In the community garden, there is no such thing as waterlogged soil, and I'm going to show you an area in the back in the second video where it's been really regularly enriched with compost, and it absorbed all of the rainwater without having puddling like here. And now, by contrast, a little bit further away, still part of the same land basically, we have here a soil that's part of this small orchard at the end of the community garden. And that soil here has been mulched, has been seasons after season enriched with some compost. And we also have this big windrow of compost that's basically almost finished, just needs to be sifted to remove the big material from it. But here we do not see any water pooling, even though this is filmed on the same day, after the same amount of rain fell just, a couple 100 yards, not even away from each other. And that's what compost can do for us. A real solution to real problems that we have in cities, which is the runoff from water that's run down into basements and etc., and does really real damages to foundations, to people's belonging in basements and etc. And so enriching the soil with compost, with organic matter, allows the soil to absorb that water and to some extent prevent flooding, at least small flooding.